Yeah, seen it all coming from a mile away. We break, we got a bug. Singing like a stone in a rich man's world when the push it comes to shove. We freeze the sun on this highway. We're doing what we think of. Ain't got tickets to a Broadway show. We don't need no country club. Starting on the battle of a one-shot chance, time and time again. Giving all we got to make it to tomorrow when the game will never win. Trying to make a living doesn't all be a club, but things ain't quite the same. Let's lead out before we can live it, chasing that American dream, yeah. Got a heavy load on the one-way road, we're heading nowhere but tonight. Trying not to sin in the box we're in, we're all wound up too tight. Got 'em ready loose, don't need an excuse, turn the radio up too loud. Rip the plate apart, show 'em who we are, not another face in the crowd. Starting a battle of a one-shot chance, time and time again. Giving all we got to make it to tomorrow when the game will never win. Trying to make a living doesn't all be a club, but things ain't quite the same. Let's lead out before we can live it, chasing that American dream, yeah. Starting on the battle of a one-shot chance, time and time again. Giving all we got to make it to tomorrow when the game will never win. Trying to make a living doesn't all be a club, but things ain't quite the same. Let's lead out before we can live it, chasing that American dream, yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the G Files, and welcome back to this week's press conference. We're going to talk about it a little bit, let some of these questions get put in. So we're going to go ahead and get into this a little bit, talk about last week's game, how they did, and everything, and then we'll start answering questions, taking questions from the press here in a little while. So, beware that Twitch is having stream issues where this is hey, Carrot, can you check over on YouTube? See, I guess it's not because it's not showing. Skeet hadn't said anything, so yeah, that's kind of weird. That's very weird, actually. But either way, we'll continue on with the show. So anyway, yeah, this week we lost to Notre Dame. Got the crap kicked out of us actually by Notre Dame, 45-10. Running game was abysmal. I don't even think we had 100 yards rushing in the entire game. If I look right, actually that's the wrong game. Let's look here. This is gonna make me go all the way in here. What's up, Skeet? Yeah, as far as team stats go, they held us to 50 yards rushing. 176 yards passing. That is just abysmal for especially for the Wyoming. We predicate ourselves on running the football, and that's what we do. So for Whaley to be held, and even Sanders, Sanders had a few show-out games. For them two to be held to only 50 yards rushing, I think most of those yards actually came from our couple quarterback scrambles that we got. Yeah, that's terrible. Savota did awful in the passing game, and then Mays come in. He did okay, but he's still just not what we need moving forward. We gotta have more consistent play, or we're not gonna win many games. It's just what that boils down to. So yeah, May was 8 for 20, and Sabota was 1 for 7. 40% completion percentage compared to 14% completion percentage. When your punter makes the best throw of the game, that's terrible. So we definitely got to clean that up. And again, Whaley had 9 attempts for 14 yards, averaging 1.5 yards a carry in that game. That's awful. Sanders did okay. So he had 6 attempts for 22 yards, 3.6 yards a carry. That's not bad, 3.6 yards a carry. But you still gotta get some. You gotta get more than 50 yards. You're not going to do nothing getting 50 yards a game. So that being said, I've had some questions come in on Discord, so I'll go ahead and ask those. This was actually from Skeet, who's actually watching right now. We'll go ahead and ask his questions real quick. Skeet says, after the 45-10 defeat against Notre Dame, can you share your reflections on why the team deviated from the original game plan and what factors influenced this decision? Well, the original game plan was to come in, play good defense, and run the football, control the clock. That's what we like to do. We had to deviate away from our running game because that was just not just wasn't working. Actually, nothing was working. The Notre Dame defensive line was whooping our offensive linemen's butts. So we were just trying to. There toward the end, we were just trying to find something that would work. I think we finally got in the end zone one time on a good drive. They finally put it together. So is that Notre Dame defensive plan, or what's your play call? Notre Dame's defensive plan was really good, actually. He knew he had the DBs at that time, and nothing against our guys, nothing against the guys that are on the field for us, but he knew at the time he had the DBs that could press our guys, and win that battle probably 98% of the time. Actually, I think they won it 98% of the time. So he was able to press our wide receivers on the line. They couldn't get off the line, and we couldn't, which gave his defensive lineman time to get back there and make the make the plays they needed to make in the backfield on the passing game. And then once again in the rushing game, that we just they blitzed at the right time. We caught him a couple times. We caught him a couple times on the screen, and we probably should have ran more screens and stuff to mitigate that blitz, but we just didn't. What are your comments on Savaboba allegations that his Gatorade was spiked during the game? I don't think his Gatorade was spiked during the game. I haven't heard. That's the first I've heard of those allegations. But I will say, he couldn't see a wide open receiver. So, I'm not going to say those allegations were true because that's the first I'm hearing them. But I'm saying that's a high possibility of the way he was throwing the football. Skeet also says there have been rumors circulating about the possibility of you stepping down. Can you address these rumors and share your future plans with the team? I am not stepping down. They're going to have to fire me for me to step down from here. Coach McCheesmo is Wyoming football, and Wyoming football is Coach McCheesmo. We will be here until athletic director fires me. We're headed in the right direction. Future plans with this team is to make a hard-nosed football team that hits you in the mouth and makes you like it. So that's our plan. That's our goal, and we're slowly getting there. But we will be there before y'all know it, and y'all don't know, y'all won't know what the heck's going on. So looking at the season so far, the team has either won by narrow margins or faced significant defeats against teams with winning records. In your assessment, how close is the team to competing at a national championship level, and what are the key areas needed for improvement? Well, key areas needed for improvement is offensive line. Definitely need to improve there. Defensive line, we can't seem to get off a block on the defensive line. Every time we have to blitz so much against these better teams, which has gotten us wins, but we have to take so many risks, against these better teams because we can't get off a block. And when you're taking risks like that, these better teams are going to make you pay for it, which we've seen a couple times in some of the big runs we've allowed, some of the big passes that they hit. Even Notre Dame hit us with a couple big passes over the top. So that's just stuff we've got to get better on the defensive line and offensive line of the ball. Always get better in the always get better in the DB side of the ball. Considering Jay Smith's performance this season with a touchdown to interception ratio 9-10, how do you evaluate his role in the team? Is he still your preferred quarterback moving forward, or are there considerations to explore other options? I think Smith is going to he's taking this injury serious. I think he's going to come back next season and do much better. He is a true freshman. I think with that injury, he didn't really get to show what he was capable of doing. I think that was early season jitters, because if you look at the stats, as each game progressed, his interceptions were coming down and his touchdowns were going up. He was actually playing catch up on his interception to touchdown ratio. So I really do think for now he's still our go-to guy for next season. I think he has what it takes to be amazing. He's just got to put it all together. The recent losses in Delhi impacted Harrison's Heisman Trophy aspirations. How do you plan to support him in overcoming this, keeping his hopes alive for the award? Harrison's Heisman Trophy aspirations, they're still there. I think he got screwed last season for sure. But it's a team sport. We're going to do the best we can. We're going to give him the ball. He's our guy. He's our running back. We got to give him the ball. He's got to get yards. But he's just, this season, it's either been a lights out game for him, or he can't get 2 yards. And that's not on him again. That's on our offensive line. They've got to be consistent every game, and they haven't been. So I think we just got to keep running our normal game plan, and Whaley's light's going to shine through. You're going to see what he's capable of. Everybody already knows what he's capable of from last season. So he's just going to have to keep fighting and grinding for every yard, and we're going to give him the ball as many times as we possibly can to get him that. In light of the team's performance against Notre Dame, what specific adjustments or strategies are you considering to ensure strong performance in upcoming games? Definitely got to get better at blocking again. I would like to run more play action, but if our guys can't hold the blocks on the play action, our quarterback doesn't have to have them run play action and get the pass off. So that's definitely something that's got to be fixed. Other adjustments are going to be, I think May's going to get moved in at quarterback, and Savota is going to come out. And it's like Adam just asked, May was sacked 2 times. He might not be able to throw, but he can run, and we're going to see more of him making first down runs. May's coming in because once he got a little bit of the away game shake off of him, what I like to call it, he started making the throws too. So I think we're going to try May out next week, and see how he can do as a starter. And since Voda just, I don't know, after this game, he's just not our guy, I don't think. The team's resilience has been tested this season. From your perspective, what are the key takeaways from the challenges, and how do you plan to incorporate these lessons into your coaching strategy? Well, I will say they have resilience. They fight every down. They never give up. That's a mentality I try to build in my team here over here in Wyoming is never give up. Game's not over till that final whistle blows. You play hard every down. It's just like when we were playing last night. Notre Dame, dove the football, not trying not to score on us, not trying not to run up score, which is very, very sportsmanlike of his team and the players. But I sent the coach a message. I said, play your game, man. These boys got to learn to overcome adversity. They got to keep fighting, and I want them to keep fighting. So at one point in the game, commentators said they did everything right except get the first down. Enough yards for first down. What was your response to that? My response is, if we didn't get I don't remember what play that was, but if we didn't get the first down, they're right. If we did everything right except getting enough yards for first down, then that's what we did, which means we probably broke a run or got a good pass, but didn't get past first down mark, which means our receivers didn't pay attention if it was a pass, didn't pay attention to where they were on the field, and didn't make sure that they got past the marker. And if it was a run play, we tried to get the first down by a run and didn't get it. So, and Skeet's last question here is, engaging with the community and fans is crucial during times of adversity. What message do you have for the supporters who stand by this team, and how can they contribute to a turnaround in fortunes? Don't give up on them. This is one loss. What were we, 9-3 last season? We're looking at a 10-2 year this season, which any respectable college football team, that 10-2 is a great goal. That's exactly what we need. We need just fans to not give up on them. We need them all to keep coming out, supporting the team, supporting their coach, and coming out and rooting them on, because like I say, they're only going to see improvement year in and year out. That's what we expect. Skeet, that's my boy. Carrot's my boy, man. He switched over from Twitch because his stupid, or I guess Twitch is acting kind of silly with the way it looks. So, but and we'll wait for some more questions to come in. Keep them coming. We're here till the questions end. So. Let's see here. I think I got another one on Discord here. What's Grayson say? We haven't heard from Grayson in a while. He sent me something the other day. Oh, Notre Dame made a mockery of you in the fourth quarter with the interceptions. How do you motivate your red shirt to stay? How do you motivate your red shirt to stay motivated? I pulled him to the side and I said, hey, look, man, just, you're not going to make every throw. It's not going to be perfect, but if you're not going to make a bad throw, don't throw it where the defense can catch it. That's important. Is if you can't get it under pressure and just throw the ball in there. I appreciate the like there, Tyler. Love it, man. So definitely gotta come out, and we'll see a difference in this next game against Boise State. I think you're going to see a different quarterback in May. We're working with him really, really hard this week to keep him motivated, and make him understand that we don't want to see interceptions like that, but he's got potential to be great if he just dive into that potential. And so we're working. He's getting extra reps after practice, working on his footwork, working on his release time, all that stuff. So I think May's going to come out looking a lot better this next game. He's already looking better in practice, so I think he's going to come out this next game and look like a monster. I hope he does anyway, because that's kind of what we need, that passing game to open up the run game. That's what we need. We also need that running game to open up the passing game. And if you don't have both, you don't have both, man. You got to have both. You can't be one-dimensional, and that's something that we're trying to fix. Like I said, last season we were completely one-dimensional. This season we've gotten a little further away from only concentrating on one side of the football, or one type of play on the offensive side. But now we need to we need to fully embrace what we can do and show the nation that these guys are, more than a one-trick pony. They're coming out, and like I said, our goal is to end 10-2 in this season and go to the Mountain West Conference Championship. We'll go ahead and look at that now. Let's see here. Got to shit. Got all this stuff. Oh, there it is. So if we look here at the conference standings, and they're actually week will advance this week. This doesn't affect us in our conference. So if we look here in the conference standings, we will see, and we kind of went over it the other night as well, but quick question and piggyback on Grayson. Are you looking to add from the transfer portal room so that 2 players from Virginia are looking at Wyoming as a potential home? Man, I'm going to nab anybody I can from the transfer portal. If they're good and want to play Wyoming-style football and, like I said, hit people in the mouth and make them like it, those are the types of players we want. I've been looking at – I've got several, actually, from the transfer portal that have come in. We'll go over that, starting next toward the end of the season we'll go over that. But we got a couple coming out of the transfer portal. So, yeah, definitely Gordon Edwards Smith, PhD, Matt Smith's father said, if you don't play my son in a better light, I will personally make sure you're never coaching this town again. What do you say to parents that are that extra? I say get over it. I love Smith to death. He's a great kid. His parents are, and I'm just saying, they can get mad if they want to, but his parents, they think they run something and they don't run crap. So they need to just sit on the sidelines and watch it and root for their kid and shut up with that bull crap. That's the type of stuff that, as a coach just annoys the crap out of me. I think parents can absolutely ruin sports for kids, even in college. So, that's what I have to say about that to them. Looking at the conference championship lineup, if we beat Boise State, we're in. We're in. We got to beat Boise State and Air Force, and they play after us. So one of them two is going to have another loss. So we definitely got to beat Boise State, and we play Air Force before Boise, I do believe. Yeah. So we play them right before Boise. Prepare for Boise. So looking at them this year, they really, from what I've seen, and you can kind of tell they're not, they got wins, but they're not great wins by any margin. And their losses aren't terrible losses either. They're not losing by a lot either. And let's see here. Yeah, they've got quarterback Matson. He's really good at not throwing interceptions. It looks like they definitely run the ball quite a bit and throw the ball quite a bit. The Caples is going to be a receiver we're going to have to keep an eye on. Like you see there, this last game he had 8 receptions for 114 yards. They've only their sack leader's got 3 sacks, 22 tackles by McCarthy. Jay Clark has 2 interceptions on their defense. They're a pretty good team all around. We're prepping May, to get ready. Y'all going to see some plays we haven't ran before because May's a different style quarterback than Savoda. So we're prepping May to learn these plays. Hopefully we can implement them in this game. The other thing we got is when we look at stats and scores, we'll look at their stats and see what they've done the most of. But Boise's a tough matchup every time we play them. I'm just glad we don't have to play on that god-awful blue field. I hate that field. But, he's 110 for 207, 12 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Matson's a pretty good freshman. But Green, he's good, but he ain't showed it. I mean, you're talking 3 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. But if you look at their rushing, yeah, they like to run the ball a lot. So we're going to be probably looking at a lot of option defense. We have defenses that are dedicated to shutting down the option run, which looks like that's what they like to do. Now, granted, we'll say that, and then we'll get in and they won't run a single thing. What about the defense? Last game, you got run through the middle. How do you plug that hole? Well, our linebackers have got to plug that hole. That's what the linebackers are for. The whole idea of our defense, especially on our blitzing schemes, is the defensive linemen. It's great when they get back there, but I need them engaging the offensive linemen so the linebackers can fill those holes and shut down those run plays. But if the linebackers aren't filling those holes, then they're not they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. What's up, Grayson? Glad you can make it, man. I hope you have a couple good questions for us. We're just going through the questions now. You had some really good ones tonight, actually. Adam's asking some really good questions. Skeet always asks great questions. Grayson usually asks great questions as well. But that's how we plug those holes, man. That's how we plug them. Linebackers have got to fill those holes. A lot of my defense, we run a 3-3-5, a lot of 3-3-5. I also run some 3-4. In the 3-4 scheme, linebackers are, they're a must. You got, and we have the linebackers. We got Perry. Perry loves to hit. Perry loves to get back there. DeMarzo is another one that. He's got quite a few sacks this season getting back there. But when they run the ball, they got to meet them at the line, and they got to make the tackle. That's the big thing that's killed us this year. Is even when we do meet them, they break 2 or 3 tackles because they're not wrapping up. That's a habit I guess kids have formed these days in high school. Always trying to get the big hit, so they just do this stupid shoulder dive where they, instead of wrapping up and taking them to the ground, big hits come. And that's what I try to tell my boys. Big hits come. They're going to come. You're going to get a big hit. Quit trying to force it. Because when you try to force it, that's when you miss tackles, and that's when big plays happen. It's probably one of my biggest pet peeves in today's football is the DBs that won't wrap up. They just try to do this little shoulder bump. How are you going to fix your run game against Boise? Game for next week or how are you going to fix your run game for next week against Boise? Well, we're doing a bunch of drills this week. My linemen, I don't know what it is about their footwork against Notre Dame, but they just couldn't get their footwork right and couldn't make the blocks they needed to make. Definitely gotta fix that. Our fullback has got to quit turning upfield. That's something we worked on him before. I know he's used to Whaley making that first guy miss, but there's a lot of times where I just drew a blank. But there's a lot of times where what's up, Dom? Let me see here. Where our fullback would just run by the first blocker. Yeah, Driscoll would just run by the first guy he could block and go on downfield and try to pick up someone on downfield. And he's got to quit. He's got to get that first guy and then let Whaley or Sanders make that second guy miss, because that second guy gets us to the second level. That first guy doesn't get us past the line of scrimmage. So that's something we got to do. With 2 missed interceptions last game, what kind of drills are you running with your defense to actually catch the ball? Well, we're running hands drills using the what it's called a pitch. I call it the pitcher machine, but it's it shoots football. Appreciate the like there, Adam, and the follow. But we're sending the ball at them at 100 miles an hour and making them catch it. If they don't catch it, they sit there until they do. I know a lot of guys think you should make your team run laps if they drop a football, but we do that. but we do it at the end of practice, not during practice. I think you get more out of guys when you just sit there and work on it and work on it and work on it and work on it, and then at the end of practice, then they run for every drop pick or every drop pass or fumble football or But I think it takes away from the learning when you're having them constantly run, during practice. So what happened versus Notre Dame, Dom? Well, we got our asses whooped. That's what happened. Our offensive line couldn't block. Our defense couldn't stop the run game. We did a good job in the first half defensively, but it's kind of like any other team. When your defense is on the field the whole game, it's over. You got to be able to let your defense rest, and our offense couldn't do that this game. Are you looking towards, or what's your thoughts on potential playoffs being added to RTC? Absolutely love it. I love the idea of a playoff. Lets the best teams play, for the playoff, and that's essentially what you need. Instead of it being someone's opinion, you actually get to go out there and prove that you're the best team by beating the best teams. So that's what you want. That's definitely what you want. So I'm excited about playoffs being added to R2C. Hopefully next season. I'm excited to see how it's done. I don't remember if they said we're going to go 4 or 6 team playoff, but we'll know when all the talking heads get done making their final decision. So I think it's going to be a great addition to the league. I really do. I would love to see at some point a chance for every conference champion and every conference plays each other in the playoffs, but that'll probably never happen because people look down on teams like Wyoming and until they hit them in the mouth one good time. So, and that's coming. I promise you guys, that's coming. So yeah. See if some more questions come in. See if Dom's got some more questions. Grayson's usually always has a couple. And here we go. What type of weather is your favorite type of weather to play in? Most coaches would say a nice sunny day. I like the wet, muddy, just nasty football play. Appreciate the like there, Thunderhead. That is the best type of football for me, because you're going to see a lot more running, a lot more grittiness. Would you be open to having your athletic director move you guys to a Power 5 with your last statement? I absolutely would be willing to have them move us to a Power 5. I don't know where he would try to move us, and I don't know where NCAA or not NCAA, but the college collegiate program would allow us to move to. But I would absolutely love to move to a Power 5 Power 5 conference and prove that these guys have what it takes. Heck yeah, I would take that in a heartbeat. So we'll just have to see if that's ever going to happen. So. The only problem with us moving is we lose our rivalry games, and that's a big deal. Utah State's a huge rivalry game for us that we never want to lose, So that's something we would have to work out for sure if we move conferences. So give it a couple more minutes, let some more questions roll in, and if we don't get them, we'll go ahead and end this press conference. Do any of you guys do yoga or ballet to help with footwork? Actually, Sanders does ballet for well, actually it's not really ballet, it's a dance class, but appreciate it, Skeet. But yeah, Sanders does ballet to keep himself, stretched out for the cuts. I think that's why he's able to make the cuts he's able to make, man, is because, a lot of the players frowned on it at first, but I think there's a couple more receivers going in there. I think they're kind of hot into the studio. Some of them are kind of kind of sneaking in there, not really letting anybody know they're coming. But I'm all for it. Anything that helps them get, stronger muscles and more agile, I'm all about, man. I'm all about. Though. But all right. Well, that being said, I think we're going to end the press conference there. I appreciate y'all for coming out. I saw at one time we had. I'm calling. At one point we had 10 viewers, so I appreciate you all guys coming out and watching. I absolutely love every one of you guys that come out and ask questions. I think it's amazing that we can get this type of interaction from everybody. So I hopefully this just keeps growing and growing, and more questions come rolling in as we keep growing. Not only as a football team, but even on these channels. That's what this section is all about. Is about interaction with the guys who watch my streams. So that's what I want. That's what I want to do. I want to meet the people that watch my streams and see what kind of questions they have and what they suggest and stuff. So, but anyway, that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, leave a comment, like, subscribe. If you're on YouTube, hit the notification bell. If you're on Facebook, Twitch, like the page, follow us on Facebook and Twitch, and all that good jazz. And without any further ado, guys, God bless, and y'all have a great night.